At the end of the day, like we go to school and people teach us math. Like I didn't just go there and create math. Like I'm going to create this new thing. It's called subtraction, right? I'm going to create, right, exponential, like, you know, whatever that stuff. I don't even remember anymore, right? No, like you can't. We'd be so far behind if we did that. But so many times as entrepreneurs, that's what we do.
Hey y'all, welcome once again to the Gym Owners Growth Zone podcast. I'm your host, Andres Escobar, and today we have the second part of our interview with Scott Carpenter. Make sure to check out our previous episode for part 1 so you can grasp all the concepts Scott is sharing with us. You know, this show is designed to help gym owners improve and grow their business. So that's why I'm so grateful that you have joined us here today. Because in this episode, we will continue our conversation with Scott Carpenter. He is a 6-location gym owner, and we're going to delve deeper into the importance of networking, building relationships, creating a personal brand to succeed in a business and your own life. Scott will also share his insights on navigating through difficult times and overcoming those obstacles to achieve his goals. You know, Scott is a seasoned fitness professional, co-founder of PT Lenses, and an entrepreneur with a passion for helping fitness professionals like yourself. So he has over 10 years of experience in the fitness industry. And if this is your first time listening to our show, please consider subscribing to the podcast and share this episode with someone you think will get something out of it. As we dive into this episode, listen how Scott started his company with his partner, and make sure to stay until the end where Scott will share his giveaways with you guys. See you there. I'm tempted to talk about something that I see some gym owners are lacking in. But before I talk about it, I want to ask you the question. What do you think is one of the biggest issues the fitness industry has right now and needs to overcome? And maybe not the industry itself, but maybe gym owners. What do you think gym owners are struggling with and they need to just get over with?
Price. Easy answer.
Nice.
Price.
Okay.
There are so many gym owners out there that are not even, they're stuck, right? And there's not enough money to be able to scale up or out of roles. There's not enough money to be able to hire and pay for marketing or to pay staff enough so they don't leave. And so they're kind of in the business. Maybe they're getting out of the business, but then they lose that guy, and then they're in the business. The bottom line is most gym owners they don't have a high enough price. Mathematically, they're not playing a winnable game. In their heads, they're just like, okay, I need to get more clients. So that's all they're just thinking about that. But here's the thing. Yeah. That success completely works against you.
Right.
You're going to have a churn rate. How many people leave you every month?
Right.
Okay? You're going to have that no matter how good you are. People are going to get bored, or they'll get promoted and move away. They'll get sick. They'll just need a break, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay?
And if you guys don't know what your attrition rate is, you guys got to get those numbers. And it's hard to figure out, but you got to figure it out. Like, that's something you got to do. Like,
yeah, absolutely. And you need to know that. So let's say it's 8%, which is below industry average.
Right.
Okay? So if you got 100 members, right, and it's 8% a month, you have to sign up 8 people that month just to prevent sliding backwards and losing ground. So it's like I'm signing up all these people, but I'm like, I'm not growing. I'm not getting past this. That's the reason. And here's the thing. Your success works against you. To get to 200 members, let's say you get 200 members a month. You double your membership. Okay, now you got to sign up 16 people a month just to prevent going backwards.
Yeah.
That's why when your acquisition rate and your churn rate, you're going to reach a point at equilibrium, no matter how good you are. And then that's where you get stuck. Yeah.
Status quo.
And the hardest way, guys, because that's very dependent on your market and your area, how much competition, your density. There are certain things you can't change in that, okay, no matter what. And there are unicorn locations that have 350 members. Okay, congratulations. It's the winning combination of density, lack of competition, how well, nobody's really marketing that area, whatever it is. Congrats. But that's like 1% of gym owners. The rest of the 99%, guys, we're not growing to that volume. And the hardest way for you to double your revenue is to go from 100 members or whatever it is to 200 members, okay? If you're charging $200 a month, just use round numbers, and you got 100 members, that's 20 grand a month, okay? To get to 40, that might be your goal. You got to get to 200 members. That's a grind. You are signing up hundreds more because you're bleeding out all the time. Hundreds. You got to sign up like 300-400 people. You don't even really realize to get to that. And it's very hard to maintain.
Right.
That's the hardest way to double your business. The easiest way, this is it. It's by doubling your average client value per month.
Yeah.
That's it. Instead, think about this. You still have 100 members, but instead of making 20 grand a month, you have 100 members, you're making 40 grand a month. And the way you do that is by offering a transformational program to people who need more than just workouts to get to their goals. So some people just want to work out and sweat. Great.
Straight up membership.
But yeah, there you go. But there's others who want to get in the best shape of their lives, who've been struggling with it for a long time. And there's others who are in even more pain. They're like, I have no control over my life. I need to really get control, right? I don't like who I am at this point, and I'm embarrassed in my own skin, right? For the people who need more than workouts, that's where you have a high ticket or a mid ticket, and a mid ticket, I should say, transformational programs to meet those needs. And they will pay far more for it and be your best clients ever. So yeah, you're still going to have clients paying $200 a month, but you're going to have some paying $1,400 a month and some paying $500 a month. Average them together. You can easily double your average client value within just a few months, because you'll lose some of the 200s, you'll replace them with some of the higher ones, and you can easily do that within a matter of months and double your revenue without having any more clients. And that is it. It's price. Most of us, with acquisition and churn rates, we don't have a high enough price to live the life we want to live with our business.
Scott, I mean, I love marketing. I love sales. And I think there's such an opportunity, because I'm listening to you and like, okay, great. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course, Scott. Do you have anything that you can offer us? And we didn't even set this up earlier. I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, but yeah. Is there anything that, because I know, dude, you must have something of value that some kind of PDF or something that you can offer the audience to just like, hey, download this and get these like quick wins or something. I don't know, dude. I'm sorry I didn't set you up for this.
No, this is good, because I get to think about it and I'll be prepared next time, right? I have a lot of stuff. Yeah. Let me just pan through and think about what would be the best. Yeah. So I have a video
right now. It could be something like, hey, just watch the show notes. Look at the show notes. Check out the link that will offer something. Yes. That way Scott can help you guys out and get these wins to move over that hump. It's just that next level that you guys need to get to, and then see the light. So
yes,
for sure.
I will, if I don't have the perfect video for this, I will create it, because we probably got 2-3 weeks before this will air.
100%. We got at least 4-5 weeks at least.
Perfect. I'm going to create a custom video for everybody listening to this podcast. Wow. Okay. And I will walk you through. First of all, I can open up my P&L so you can see how it works in there too. This does not matter if you're a group model, a semi-private model, or a PT model. Yeah. It can be for any business. Okay. Yeah. You can have a combination of those. But I'll show you exactly how you increase price like that, what you want to set those prices at. It'll range a little bit with where you're at in your confidence level, right? But I will show you exactly how to design a high ticket and a mid ticket offer, and why you need the two of those in addition to what you already have. And I'll show you exactly how to do that step by step, how to build, sell, fulfill, and renew that.
Woo! Hot stuff, man. We are cooking with hot chicken grease right now. Come on. Let's go. I love it.
It'll change your business so fast. It's unreal.
That's what we're here for. We're here to see how we can grow and get into that growth zone. So I love it. This is like so valuable. Thank you so much, Scott. Appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Dude, now, there's so many stories in our lives, and there's people that have influenced our story. And who in your life has been this influential person or people that you can say, you know what, that's the one that really helped me, move forward? Who do you have something like this that you can share with us?
That is a really good question. And sometimes I struggle with that on a big way to determine like what is that source, because I have multiple sources, right? I would say if we're looking at, a big figure or something like that I really admire, that has an influence just on things, I would, I can say Arnold Schwarzenegger is that guy. And I've read his I don't know if anybody's read his autobiography. It's a long book, but it's great. And some people might not know him very well. It's like, okay, so he had some, he has the worst accent in the world for having lived here for like 50 years. And, he's got the awful one-liners in movies. Some people just know him from that.
Right.
But this guy it's insane. And what he has done, and it's not that he just got lucky or something like that. He just got spotted here and blah, blah, blah. No, this guy figured out what he wanted to do, and he made it happen in so many different areas of his life. So yes, as a bodybuilder, he took massive chances. Dirt poor kid, found his way over to America, taught himself, took classes for English. He took business classes. You know what I mean? From the college.
Right.
And he was a millionaire before he made his first movie.
Yeah.
And he did it with a bricklaying company. And he did it with a mail order business for his workouts. The guy, he learned so much, and he worked so hard. And the cool thing is just constantly reinvented himself. He had the Hollywood career, obviously. Right? But he's been active in charity for a long time. He's been a big philanthropist, huge philanthropist. And then he did it, he just wanted to make more of an impact. So he gets into politics, which is like the dirtiest, grossest business in the world. It is the most thankless job ever. And hey, some people might want to do it because hey, I can make money because all the shady stuff on the side and this and that, right? But he had all the money. He gave up money to do it. Right? And the effect that he's had on philanthropy and this, it's just absolutely amazing. So I find that inspiring. And one of the biggest lessons is everything in life is reps.
So true.
Everything in life is reps. It is. And he even had a speech, and he's got tally marks at the top. He rehearsed that thing 2, 3, 4 dozen times. I can't remember anymore for some speech. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you would think he just went up there and kind of won. He's done so much, he just does that. But no, that's the level of effort he puts into everything in his life. And I find that insanely inspiring.
Yeah.
And very cool to see that.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I mean,
that's how he's achieved the pinnacle of success in here, in so many different areas.
You just the rep thing really threw me off, because I was like, yeah, dude, it's in everything. It's reps. It's in everything.
Everything.
I mean, being on video, being on audio, sometimes you're like, oh, that's not going to work. I got to do this again. All right, again. And I think I shared with you earlier, I was recording an intro and the microphone was off. So now I got to do it again. And you know what? That's just going to make me better. It's okay. And being an immigrant, just like Arnold, you going up the hill, it's not the same. We have so much opportunity here. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that we don't appreciate. We don't really understand it. And guys, we have what it takes to make it. We just gotta, I think it's all between right here in your head. And so this endurance thing that we talked about earlier, it's so true. Not just in reps and working out, but also in business, in life, and I think Arnold, he's a great guy but there's some things that he's not that great at, but it's okay. Listen, we all fall short in some instance or aspect. So I love that we're standing out the points that we can grab onto. I want more of that. That's the part that I want more, how to be a guy of impact, and how do you do it? Like Arnold, dude, that guy's
for it,
everywhere. Like you just mentioned, so many different areas in the world and life. Who doesn't know Arnold Schwarzenegger? Seriously.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Come on. Go is a beautiful word to hear when you're scoring on the soccer field. this last World Cup. This last World Cup was won by Argentina because of one important player. Yeah, you got it. It was the goalie. He secured the win for the team, and in the same way, ReviewBiz platform will catch negative reviews before they go online. In addition, it helps you score and promote fresh new reviews so you can crush the competition. So don't let those big box gyms take your clients. ReviewBiz will help you build your online presence and turn your own members into your best sales reps. Get your first 5 reviews for only $1. All you got to do is go to reviewbiz.io/try to get started. Man, oh, so good. Now, in your own growth, in your own journey, what has been some things that has stunted your growth that you would say, hey, I should have not done that. I should not have invested in that. But I should have invested in this thing that really gave me some fruit. So if you could give me, it's a 2-part question. So if you could give us what's the thing that you would remove and what's the thing that you would get more into?
Removing. That's almost a harder one. I feel like I almost have a selective memory. Like, when I look back on times, I tend to remember the good stuff and not the bad stuff as much, right? It's probably a defense mechanism.
That is, yeah.
Right? But I guess what I would not want to do before, or wish I hadn't done, kind of just the inverse of what I actually ended up doing then. I wish I hadn't set out to do everything on my own. I wish I'd asked more questions, right? But there's nothing really big that I feel like I wish I wouldn't have done. Smaller stuff, but it's more on the other things. It's like, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done more. I feel that's kind of the bigger thing. And I think if I could go back and tell myself, to do this, it would be to find the people who are already at where I'm at.
Right.
And just talk to them. Ask them how they did it. Right. And I don't know if before, I felt like almost ego too, got in the way. That could be very real too, but I didn't know where to find them, or I'm just like, well, nobody's really doing this. No, that's pretty stupid. There's somebody doing it, who's ahead of you somewhere for sure. Now the internet wasn't what it was, that many years ago, but I would go out and find the answers, and I would find the people who are doing it. I would find the people who had the answers. I would talk to them and I would learn from them. And if it costs money, I would pay the money. I would get involved in this. And I kind of really realized this as I started to read more and more business books. You catch a name here. That name sounds familiar. Then you read another book and it was there. And then you start looking at this person has this program and that and that and that. And you realize the most successful people out there, your biggest names, like your Russell Brunsons and your Hermoses and your Grant Cardones and your all these. They all, and Ryan Holiday is tied to all these different ones, which now that I'm an author, I'm learning about these different things. But you look at it, the most successful people, they are all connected. You're like, holy shit. Sorry to swear. They're all, but it's mind blowing. They're all in the same circles.
Yeah.
They're all in the same circles. And they're all learning from each other or from shared mentors, and then you realize you read that book, oh, that actually originally came from that.
Huh.
But that actually originally came from that. And that actually originally came from that. And you really realize that nobody successful is doing it on their own. Nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny.
Absolutely nobody.
You mentioned Russell Brunson. I remember being on a webinar with his, and he goes, we don't copy, we model. Funnel hacking. Talk about funnel hacking, right? And it's so true, right? And a book of reference for me is the Bible, and Ecclesiastics talks about there's nothing new under the sun. And why do we think we're what we're doing is new? That's not new. It's not. It's maybe a different take, maybe a different feel. Like you talked about
different
Master
application, or you combine things uniquely,
Yeah.
right? But at the end of the day, we go to school and people teach us math. I didn't just go there and create math. I'm going to create this new thing. It's called subtraction, right? I'm going to create right? Exponential, like, whatever that stuff. I don't even remember anymore, right? No, like you can't, we'd be so far behind if we did that. But so many times as entrepreneurs, that's what we do.
Wow. Wow. You're taking us to school over here there.
Yeah,
Dude, that's just,
taking me to school
yeah.
too. I'm like, I got to write down what I just said because I haven't been living it over here or whatever, right?
Oh man, it's so real, right? We take a step back and sometimes we're in the forest and we don't see, that we're in the woods, right? We don't see we're so close to the tree, we don't see the forest, right? That's, what I mean. And so
Yep.
I love it. Dude, this is so good because just to reiterate, I mean, you talked about the people. You would go ahead and pour more into education and people, not do it alone, and those are such an important principle in running fast and getting there to that zone that you need to be in. So
Hmm.
so now we're gonna go fast in our fast five. You ready? I'm just
Okay.
gonna ask you. You're gonna give me the answer, and then here we go. Who is an influential person or people in your business journey?
I'd say Russell Brunson would be right there.
Very cool.
Very influential.
Yeah, you got to shake his hand.
Yes, I
Yes,
did.
got the,
Yep. Got to shake his hand. He gave me the 2 Comma Club
yeah,
award right there on
that's
stage.
awesome.
It was
Yeah, it
pretty
was
cool.
pretty cool. Almost surreal. Being in that room. You're
Yeah.
going to the 2 Comma Club X. You're going for the X award.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Let's
a
do it,
different world.
man.
A different world. I actually was on stage receiving the X award for a buddy of mine, the company I work for, and so I helped them get that award. Um,
It's
yeah, dude,
awesome.
it's surreal for sure. What's one thing you wish you had known when you began your business?
One thing I wish I had known, price. Price. Do not compete where everybody
Mm,
else wants to. Like, you got to stand out. You just need confidence and conviction and know how to charge a true value.
mm,
Everyone's out there undercutting. It's the worst thing in the world. So it was price because I did the $99 a month thing when I first started.
mm.
It's what I inherited. It's like 99 to 149 a month. Good luck.
Was it a box or was it a
Welcome to a world
CrossFit?
of pain. No, it was like God, it was everything. It was everything group.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, we'll have a TRX class. We'll have this. We'll have that.
Cycling and
It was
yeah,
it was
yeah,
bad.
I
It was
gotcha.
really bad.
Um, what's what's a book, a blog, or a podcast that you consumed recently that positively impacted you?
A book, a blog, or a podcast. Well, I mean, they have a book. I would say so. Recently, we started working with clients and community. So we're in the business of like, hey, we'll hire the best in the world at every little
Mm,
thing, and then we can teach and distill it and help our gym owners with it, right?
mm,
So recently, we hired clients and community because everybody has a Facebook group. They don't really know what to do with it,
yeah,
right? And it's just there. But we really learned how to monetize that. And I think their book is called $1 Million Group Method. I think it's over there, something like that. But yeah, I mean, and we recently just went into their upper level
yeah,
mastermind then too. Because again, we practice what we
right.
preach. And the cool thing is like we spent, at this point, 250 to 300 grand on stuff, which is pretty cool. But that's a good one if you're looking to grow through a Facebook
Yeah,
group for
I
sure.
think I've seen that ad. It seems good, legit
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
They advertise like
They do,
crazy.
they do. Um, the next one is what's one of your favorite online tools?
Favorite online tools. I'm gonna be boring and say Google Sheets, man.
Love it. Yeah,
I'm a spreadsheet nerd, um, and it helps me in so many ways. But simplifying your business just through a few easy tools is the greatest thing
yeah.
ever.
And then connecting that with Zapier, that's just another level
Yep,
right there. Then you could do
absolutely.
whatever you want, really. It really becomes it,
Yep.
Google Sheets can
You can
become
basically
anything
custom build your own software with
for
that
sure.
stuff,
Yeah, yeah. No, it's so good. I love it. And then the last question is, what's a habit or a practice that you believe everybody should start?
Mm. Habit tracking. Habit tracking.
Okay, kind of like you're
Figuring
talking
out
about.
figuring out who
Yeah,
you are, who you want to be, and what do I need to do on a daily and weekly basis to get there, tracking it and reviewing at the end of the week. You do that week in, week out, boom, 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 and stack and build those habits and change them where it's necessary. You'll be a better business owner. You'll be a better employer. You'll be a better follower and a leader. You'll be in better shape. You will be a better father or wife. Wait, no, mother, husband, wife, whatever it is. You will be better in any aspect of your life that you want to be better at.
That's so good. It's I think it's this underrated tool, like just habit tracking. Like, oh yeah, that's what I do. I mean, it's great. You know, we have good habits and bad habits, everybody. So
everybody's got them, whether you think you do or not. And sometimes, yeah, it's you train yourself not to have some stupid bad habit. Or it's like, hey, I used to do this, but that's not serving my life anymore. So I need to get rid of it, or I need to change it. You're going to grow as a person. What you need to do now, if you're moving and growing as a person, what you're doing and needing to do now is probably going to be different next year.
Right.
Just is.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I literally started that tracker a year ago. I got to go back into it. I got to all right, what's going on? What's moving? Thank you for that reminder. That's so good.
Yeah, it's how everything. I started as a project, like kind of for myself and as a side project, and then it led to the 63-day transformation that we did in the gyms, right? And then we ended up teaching all these other gym owners, and then teaching them how to build online businesses too, using the same kind of system and foundation. And it's so incredibly life-changing. You know, it's changed everything in my life. Put it that way.
Love it.
One simple thing.
Awesome. Scott, I'm not done with you yet. I got one last question. That was the Fast Five. I appreciate that. That was awesome. This one is going to take you back, right? So if you were to ask, or actually not ask, but if you were to go back in time and give your 10-year-old Scott self, so little Scott at 10-year-old, what do you tell him as an advice? What would it be?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to go with, because if I'm just on a business kind of like focus now, I will go with learn how the internet works, and learn how the monetization of the internet works to figure out how you can make money doing it. I was a late adopter to a decent, like I'm good with tech. I am. But I mean, my 20s was spent just not loving my life and doing, like, I just was like, I was avoiding all the pain in my life, you know what I mean? And just surviving. And I wanted to learn about it, but it was hard. It was hard to find it. And so I just gave up. You know, I wanted to learn how to make money on the internet, but I didn't explore it and I didn't do it. So I think it's like, that would be the number one thing. From a business technical standpoint. And the other piece, if it's more of this, it's just to read more. To read more, because that is what I've learned so much when it comes to everything. Business, personal development, learning what my feelings are, how to process them, right? How to become a better person, everything. But I didn't really started reading until like my 30s, like an idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's so much wealth out there of information that you can turn into something applicable. So it's like my lost years. My 20s were my lost years.
Yeah. Like book reports were like, let me like not really read it, but I'll just.
Yeah. I think school turns a lot of people off from reading, oddly enough.
Oh man.
You know, and everything was out there to be good at whatever. So just keep reading, man. Like that's probably the number one universal thing, because I would have discovered all these truths in one way or another.
It helps you connect with people too. Like, you
absolutely.
know, like, oh yeah, I read that book. Oh, nice. You know, like we did here. And it's so good. Man, Scott, this has been so good. I can't wait to release it and make sure everybody listens to you and our conversation and gets, you know, you're going to record something special for us, which is beautiful. I really appreciate it. And I want to thank you so much for being on the show, and everybody listening. You guys, we'll see you guys next time in the Growth Zone. Man, that was an amazing episode. I was so particularly struck by Scott's insight on the significance of developing a personal brand, which applies not only to those in the fitness industry, but also to professionals in any field. His advice also aligns perfectly with the goals we have here at our podcast. And his experience as an entrepreneur and co-founder of PT Legends provides valuable insight into the benefits of building a strong personal brand. So check out Scott's link to a replicable process for success in our show notes. So what was one of your favorite takeaways from the episode? You want to go ahead and connect with me at Meet Esco and share a message with me. We would really love to hear your thoughts. Also, be sure to grab your no-cost custom QR code flyer at reviewbiz.io/QR code. I want to again thank you so much for taking the time to listen to the episode today. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe or follow to the show on the platform that you're currently listening on. And we would really love to get a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or even Spotify if you think we deserve it. So thank you. And also, go ahead and check us out on the YouTube channel. You want to get the same amazing content and a chance to never miss an episode? Well, go there. As always, thank you so much for your encouragement. And I truly appreciate you listening to the podcast and helping us improve with your comments. And I want to make sure that you stay tuned for a clip for the next episode.